All right, good evening, everybody. Get started here in just a second, getting everything all loaded up. Uh, Evening, Olympus, evening, Gan. Welcome to the show. Let's see what we got here. Just in case, I'll put that in Alliance chat in case anybody's feeling bored. Server 40 Galaxy chat's kind of a dumpster fire, so I don't really like advertising in there. Um, to be honest, yeah. But Lower Decks Part Two. Well, the anthology new arc has launched, and apparently we also just got some minor tweaks to the event store as well. I think they added some more stuff. They moved some stuff around. I know for sure this is in a different order. I heard we added possibly Franklin A blueprints were a last minute addition or will be added to the store. Not seeing them yet. But there was talk that those were being added. We got missions, we got frames, we've got currencies. DJ was just talking about it, that they were adding some stuff. We got the same ship parts. Oh, they added the warp locks for the Franklin. That's what they did. They didn't add the blueprints for the ship, but they did add the warp upgrades. So if you, because these are level capped, so if you wanted to get where you need to go a little bit sooner, like let's take a look. No, no, no. That's only the one alliance that apparently somebody had an issue with, but I don't know. They're still, I guess, sorting that out. So I'm not advertising an alliance chat on that server, but I did put it up in general chat because, well, that's fair game, right? So, the Franklin. That's what I was looking for. Where's my Franklin A? Oh, it's being repaired because I was doing my dailies earlier. So, which one does this need? Franklin Warp Containment Mark II requires level 45. So, if that is available in the store, and it's in the ship parts, Franklin Warp Injector, Warp Relay, Warp Regulator, Warp Conduit. Nope. That one is not in the store. So these must just be... So because of my level, they're not going to let me go up and above. But I guess if I had a second Franklin, they'd let me get the pieces I need to move to bring that one up to catch up. All right, so that's not as good as I had hoped. So we'll go through the event store. We'll talk about some of the stuff there. Like I said, obviously they are still making a few tweaks and adjustments to it. In the meantime, events, Battle Pass event was killing worms. That's pretty easy now, especially because they took away the warp rain, the lock out on systems. You don't need the tokens anymore for these swarm systems. A couple of them were locked, and you could only travel there if you had a certain token, just like Borg space. These guys up here. So like some of these systems here, you would try and travel to them, and it would say, yo, you don't have the right currency to do it. They've all been unlocked now. So much easier to find spots to get in there, kill your worms, complete your thing, and I think I did mine in like 4 kills and get that done. Very, very easy. Uh, yeah, it was a nice little addition that they snuck in today. There were a handful of things they snuck in today that were not in the patch notes. And I, you know, other content creators have said, well, that's because They didn't have, it's different departments all working on stuff simultaneously, and you never know who's finishing up what. And it's like, yeah, but there should be a project manager who's spearheading all that, who's got, okay, these are all the tasks we completed. Now I'm going to put it all together in the patch notes and release them. They released the patch notes last night, 12 hours ahead of schedule. Totally screwed the pooch on that one too. Not getting off to a good start. But yeah, they put the patch notes out last night, and we were all like, all right, here's what's going on. Kind of killed all the last minute hints and spoilers people might have been trying to do. But while I'm thinking about this, speaking of, let's fire up a good old Stream Raiders fight. We'll start with something easy. We'll try and get at least 3 done tonight. Maybe 4 if I speed a couple of them along. There we go. And we'll put some people over there. And if people want, if we get enough, you can throw some guys over there too. But yeah, there were a couple little tweaks that they made that I don't know that people were aware of. That being one of them. Other one people might not be aware of. They changed the lower decks guys. They all got slight tweaks to their officer abilities. So Beckett, her officer ability was a 40% weapon damage increase. It is now a 70% increase. Boimler and Badgie also got similar upgrades. And those upgrades are, stacking each tier. So I guess they realized these guys were a little underpowered last month, and people really weren't all that excited by them. They weren't really seeing kind of the payouts they were hoping for, and the payouts I'm sure they were hoping for with people buying them. So they tweaked them. And you notice the 2 new officers this month have a little bit better stats. We got any armadas going on? What do we got? We got some exchanges. Who's over there? 50, 54? Yeah. We could do that. Let's go do a big epic. And in the meantime, that's Lindstrom. That's pretty crowded. Penumbra, I'm sure, is just as crowded, with everybody flying around here for the leaderboards. Yep. And these systems are just too dang small. The guys hiding back here are really low. I mean, obviously there's a lot of them because nobody flies back here, but maybe we'll just go hang out in Midge for a little bit with the second Stella. Oh god, that looks worse. There's just not everybody's there. All right. Lindstrom it is. So we've got our Icarus factor, getting those gold stars back out. You have an Alliance leaderboard. You have an Alliance milestone event as well. Alliance milestone event giving out Syndicate XP, which is awesome, and a frame and a couple Riker shards, and lots of these Axionic chips. This is accumulated by getting those gold star medals, which you get from the basics. This is another little glitch that's been happening, where it seems to get stuck when you go out of certain things, and you got to go all the way back out. Kind of annoying. So you get those from doing your solo milestone, and then your solo leaderboard also has, in addition to the event store tokens, also has some gold stars in it as well. We dropped to 6th. Uh-oh. We'll have to go kill some stuff. I'll be honest, not going to catch either of these 2 guys because they're just going to do this shit all night, and that's going to be a little ridiculous. But probably not 3rd either. But 3rd through 5th is the same prize, so maybe we can get somewhere in here and keep up with these guys. It's only a 1-day event, so we'll see how it looks tomorrow. How do your guys' leaderboards looked? Pretty crazy in terms of the point totals? You're at 7.5 billion. Second place is 1.7 billion. Well, have you been killing too, or you just been running armadas all day with everybody else? Your top three are the only ones over a billion. Okay. Yeah, on my baby account here, which I pushed to Ops 20 yesterday, so I'd get there in time for the battle pass. Um, this one, obviously, because you can't get to Eclipse space yet, so this is just kill hostiles on this account. And you're getting the kind of the generic point totals for just for killing hostiles. And where are we at here? 2,200 points. So that guy's going pretty crazy. He's probably going to win. Nobody else is going to want to try to catch that in a day, but if I just get through 6 to 10, I'm sitting in 11th. That shouldn't be a problem. That's only a few points down. You had a Stella and Penumbra while doing the Armadas. Yeah, it's kind of what I figured. I can't. I mean, I have to imagine. The guys in first and second in my bracket who are so far ahead of everybody else. They must just have 2 or 3 Stellas that they've just been killing with all day, or maybe not even using Stellas, maybe using other warships too. But I did want to see. Oh, that's the other thing I have to be careful of. Are there any slappy hands hanging out around here? I know you guys have been kind of duking it out back and forth with them a little bit today too. I don't want to fall asleep and then end up getting my Stella killed by an Augur or an Enterprise or something that somebody wants to just come in and be a dick about. Yeah, we got this. You know what? I'm going to give you a star because you're watching my stream right now. Not that you're going to get bumped out anyway, but for some of these 41s or 39s who might want to get into some of these armadas, there you go. we'll, we'll bribe some people, right? We'll bribe some people. You want a star? Come watch the show. I'll get those followers one way or another. If you were on our server and in our alliance, happily, Olympus, happily. Let me just switch this ship off. I hate having the Franklin just sitting in base because it dies so easily, even though I'm shielded for the next hour. Alright, so we got our Stream Raiders fight up and going. Got a couple of units already. Yeah, we'll probably start this one. We'll give everybody a few more minutes. Maybe start at like the 10-minute mark or something. Uh-oh, I have a message in Discord. Please hold. Oh, you want to tell Gan that we're over a billion also. Yeah, your bracket is ridiculous, Ray. Ray Brooklyn's at almost 6 billion in his bracket. Is he in my bracket? I don't think so. I think he's in the one below me. Yeah. So his bracket, he's in first with 5.7 billion, and then there's a 4 billion and a couple of 2.5 billions in his bracket. I've got Shin in mine. I don't know. I don't know no more. I don't know who this is. Shin obviously, spends on everything, and loves these types of grinding events. So, and Stoned Unicorn is somebody who just is like they're in like a know nothing alliance or like an alliance by themselves. I don't know who this is or who this was. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't like Raid, so he's already getting a step up in some of our books. Raid now has herpes. Awesome. All right, so let's go get some more kills. Oh, look. It's another epic. Some people are down at Thunders. Where did Thunders go? Oh, over here. He's running the rare. Yep. All right, so they're full, so that's cool. I'm just using a speed crew. I'm using a Burnham speed crew, so I've got Tyler and Giorgio with her for the speed bonus, just for killing these things as quickly as possible. As far as speed crews go, I like for this type of event, I'd prefer to use the Discovery crew instead of putting hull breach on my own ship with Pan or Claw's just kind of weak and mediocre. So, but there are a lot of things in this event store this month. A lot of things. It's so many things that they actually did it nicely and actually broke it down into different types, which I love. I love that they broke it down. There we go. Hi, Ray. Thanks for coming to the show. So we saw your message in chat now. I got your PM in Discord earlier. There's a bunch down here. Let's go get some of them. Hey, there's that guy again. He gets a star. Check out fan mail on Discord. What did we get? Looks like you got into it with Glock earlier today. I don't even engage with people like that because they're just not worth my time. They don't even have good comebacks. Like, at least if it was going to be, you know, some good shit talking, like, I would appreciate that. But if it's just going to be, you know, feeling like I'm arguing with like a 14-year-old kid on the internet, playing Call of Duty or something, that's not even good. It's not even worth the time. It's like I know sometimes kids play this game, but for the most part, the demographic of it is what, like 25 to 40, 45, because this game's more expensive than a lot of other games. So you got to have some type of income to really be able to invest what's required, which means you had to at least grow up and have some life experience that you should be able to come up with some good insults or a good comeback to something. So I will give Scopely credit for reorganizing the event store, so it's not just one big long run-on sentence there. There's a couple things in there that I feel are a little lacking, especially more for the lower level players. When this ship dies, I'll hop over to the low account and take a look. But I mean, obviously, there's people, certainly well beyond that. But I feel like the bulk of the audience is kind of in that. Well, I think, I mean, I'm over 40, so, I'm in that group too. But I feel like that's where the bulk of the people fall, is in that like 25 to 40-ish range. And then there's always, I mean, the crowd of people who grew up watching Star Trek back in the 60s who just love Star Trek. So whether they were kids, whether they were grown-ups, and they're like 70, and they're like, I'm still playing this game because it's Star Trek, and Star Trek's awesome. 53. Okay, see, there you go. So you were in diapers when Star Trek was on TV. You might have caught the reruns in the 70s. I think NBC had it in syndication for a while. Star Trek is a show for all ages. Absolutely. All ages, all races, colors, whatever, religions. They've done a pretty good job of, just kind of putting something out there for everybody. And they didn't do it really heavy-handedly either with it. Like too many things now you see where they have to make a moment to stop and like, oh, look at all these female superheroes who are all together in this one shot. That'll be a great poster we can sell, for 20 bucks after this movie comes out. I feel like this stuff still happened in the 70s and 80s. They just didn't have to be like, hey, look at it. I think that's what people get offended by it. People get upset by it. It's like, I get it. We get it. We all see what's going on. We just don't need you to force feed it to us. So, awesome. All right, let's repair. So that was good. Picked up a few. Let's see what was in the box. I'm going to have a lot of, I need rare credits. That's the thing. I feel like rares are actually so much harder to get. The uranium for than it's like I have so much epic and so much uncommon. It's like I need the rare stuff so I can keep scrapping these Stellas. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. Diversity good, token bad. Yep. Perfect. Put that on a bumper sticker. So, the lower level. This is my level 20 account. The event store. Kind of lacking in the ship blueprints. Yeah, it's like you got the baby jelly, which by this point in time you're kind of past. But all right, I get it. still have it out there. The North Star, awesome. Botany Bay, who the hell wants a second Botany Bay? Discovery, awesome. Where's the Franklin? North Star, Botany Bay have nothing to do with the arc, so don't give me that it's arc specific or any of that stuff. Where is the Franklin? That's what's missing. That's what I was pushing all day. That's what everybody just seemed to be like, we don't really need another way to get that. Yeah, we do. Because as it stands now, it's going to take 4 months for this account to get the Franklin because of the way that they run Cosmic Cleanup inconsistently. At which point in time, I'll probably be well into my mid-20s, 24, 25, by the time I can actually unlock the Franklin. So why isn't the damn ship just in the store? The good news is the Discovery is, so I can buy the Discovery with my points and then use all my Cosmic Cleanups on Franklin blueprints, and then not have to worry about using them for the Discovery, and then be able to use them for the Vidar. But I want to see what the daily was. I know it's a ship XP one. I just don't know what the total is. 13.2. Okay, that's still pretty good. 13.2 is what we need. And what is this guy going to cost me? Well, there's half of it. Ooh, I don't have the ship XP. Okay. Well, that's the other thing I forgot to do. You're going to get the Cerritos. That's something I definitely wanted to talk about because I was doing the math on that one because I had the same thought, and then I started doing the math and I was like, you know what? I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a way to get it and stuff like that sooner, but hang on, hold that thought 1 second because I definitely want to talk about that. It was one of the first things I noticed. I guess the first question I'll ask is, did you buy the elite battle pass last month? So do you have 50 blueprints already, or do you still need all 100? So you need all 100? Okay. Oof, that's not worth the... Alright, I gotta do some refinery stuff first, too. We're finally getting into 3-star here. Ooh, nice. I can catch up on some of those primes now, too. Just have to wait for the next research. This is good. You guys should watch me all the time. I never get... There we go. Okay, that's better. You only need 50. Alright, so I was doing the math on that one because I had the same thought, like, oh, I could just get the 50 and call it a day. So let's... Hang on, I just got to claim some augment stuff here. Get my credits. Get my plutonium so I can upgrade my Botany Bay. Woo! Get my officer shards. So, I did my handy dandy Excel spreadsheet, which I highly recommend. I mean, I know I'm a nerd and whatnot, but I highly recommend everybody do this for your battle pass, trying to figure out what to spend in your event store. If you assume we get about 400,000, I think on average, the average player will get about 400,000. If you do better in the solo or the alliance leaderboards, you will get more. But if you start with the assumption that everybody gets 400,000, and then you kind of map out what would you want to buy with that. Lops level 20 account, different things that I want to get. Obviously, this lower decks and Ferengi bundles are really good. And then you've got some ship blueprints. I'm not sure about the North Star. I might just blow past it, but it's not that much actually to finish it off. So I might just get it just because it'll help me bridge the gap. Um, Maybe for a little bit. I don't know. Probably not though. Cath obviously is a great way to source stuff. But let's go back and look at it real quick. So in the event store, you've got the Cerritos, ship blueprints, Cerritos, 7,500 for 5. So you need 10 of these. So you need 75,000 total chest pulls to get it. So you need 10 of these. So 75,000. Tomorrow is a Cerritos event. It's the first of the free months. It's going to run every Wednesday from now until the end of the game. Well, no, until the end of whenever they decide to stop doing it. But it's supposed to be an infinite event like Latinum Monday. It's the Cerritos Wednesday Lower Decks event where you will get 10 blueprints tomorrow. The amount of time it's going to take you to get, so that brings you from 75,000 down to only needing 60,000. It's probably going to take you a week to get 60,000 of these tokens, which means by the following week, you'll have your 60,000, but you'll be able to claim through the other Wednesday event 10 more blueprints. And that's going to take you down to only needing 30, which is 45,000 events or tokens there. And then it's like, do I want to spend it, or do I just want to just wait 3 more weeks at this point and actually spend it on other stuff? And I think that's where I landed was, at this point, I've already waited 2 months for it. What's 3 more weeks if I'm getting it for free? And then I can buy more officer shards and things that are harder to source. And that's kind of the math I came up with on that one. So, but these lower deck bundles, need to get this guy going back out there. The lower deck bundles are awesome. The Romulan ones, or the Ferengi ones, are also awesome. So, I mean, obviously, you're getting 4 of each of these guys. You can do it twice. So you get 8 shards for each of them. That may help with sourcing for Tendi and Rutherford. Tendi's kind of an all or nothing this month, so any opportunity to pick up extra shards for her might make it easier to possibly tier her up as well, because her ability is going to add to hull health, and that's pretty big. She was only 55%. I think they upped her to 75 after they released the patch notes. And then this one's pretty huge, the Ferengi one, because you're getting 4 of each of these guys, so that's 8 Rom, that's 8 Cath shards right there off the bat. And then, Cath herself is only 2,000 a shard, and there's no limit on Cath shards. So this would be a great opportunity to really tier her up 2 or at least 1, if not 2, or possibly 3 tiers, and just sell in hard all out on Cath. Get her to the point where she's actually better than Talon. They are supposed to continue running that. Hey, evening, Bioman. They are supposed to continue running that upgrade the treasury event that they ran the last 2 months, where you have to, upgrade a lot of buildings or the treasury 2 or 3 times in order to get the blueprints or the shards, and you'll get a few Cath and a few Rom shards. I specifically asked that question. DJ was kind enough to say yes, that is expected to be a continuing event. No, we're just getting started, Bioman. Don't worry, we're going to cover some more stuff. Right now we actually have to start our Stream Raiders fight, because that's wrapping up here in just a second. And Malky's in on the Stream Raiders too. Awesome. What do we got? A minute to go? 56 seconds? That's close enough. Let's go kill these guys. Okay. Ah, we'll get to those too. All right, so let's see what we got. Somebody's getting some tank scrolls. Somebody's getting some warrior scrolls. Good luck. Olympus gets tank. Bioman gets warrior scrolls. Olympus with 20 kills. Nesty with 17. I went 5 and 5. Okay, yay me. Oh, I knew what you meant. Let's get this next fight queued up and going. We'll go. Let's go put that guy up there. Draw a battle plan. Put some guys up there, and if you want to put some guys over here, go right ahead. Cool. All right, so there's Stream Raiders. All right, so second Fuchsia, certainly something to consider on the list, whether you, because leveling up multiple Devours to then scrap to get additional Fuchsia parts, I mean, obviously it's going to depend on how much you like Latinum mining and how much you want to compete and how much the rewards are worth it for Latinum Rush Mondays. Uh, Ray, I know you usually compete pretty heavily in those events, so getting a second Fuchsia would certainly make it easier for you to get to the top of those leaderboards. It's pretty good dilithium payouts on those. Um, and I think is there gas in there too. But I think obviously the ship parts that they seem to pay out to the people who finish at the top is also nice. So having an opportunity for that is pretty big. The refits, money. That's where the refits are going to come from. And I don't know what they're selling them for, whether they're going to be 50 or 100. They will be in the store. They didn't roll them out right away. I'm sure they'll tease them out, a week into the event. That'll be your fourth one, your fourth Fuchsia. Well then, I don't know that you. I mean, if you think you need a whole fleet of them, yeah, enjoy. Um, the refits for the Discovery and for the Fuchsia uh, will only be through the store currently, just like the Prime for the Syndicate XP research will also only be through the store. And those seem to be, how do I put this nicely, overpriced. Overpriced for the benefit. Yeah, there will be a solo leaderboard for the Disco skin. I assume it's going to be very much like a Jellyfish Brawl, where maybe they'll pay out some stuff to like the top 5, but you're really only going to be able to unlock it if you finish in first. And if you don't, you'll get part of it, and then you'll sit there wondering, well, I've got part of this thing. Do I buy? I can't buy just the rest of it. I have to buy the whole thing, or do I just sort of wait for the to run something again so then I can get the other parts of it that I need? And you're going to be stuck in limbo. And if anyone who's ever competed in one of those Jellyfish Brawl events, or any of the other skin events that they've had previously for the Vidar, for the Stella when it first came out, uh, the amount of resources it will probably take you to win, you could probably just buy the skin and have it be cheaper. If it's $100, it's going to cost you way more than $100 in resources to win that leaderboard and unlock it. So if you don't have a crap ton of resources that you're sitting on, and you're like, well, I'd have to buy the resources to compete in the event. It's like, just buy the skin then at that point, just save yourself the trouble. Yeah, I mean, you got to hand it to them. They create they create an item that people want, and they only create a limited quantity of them, so it drives competition, right? Scarcity. It's one of the cornerstones of good business model. But yeah, there's going to be, and then what the discovery thing does is certainly questionable as well, because all right, you get more officer shards in your discovery pull packs. That's okay, that's cool. But the fact that that's the only way, the only people who get Lorca is because he's if you have the skin, you get him added to that pack. Um, he should just be in there. And I think a lot of people are having issues with that. So I think you might run into an issue 6 months from now where they change that pack and they add Lorca in anyway, and then your Discovery skin is worth less than you paid for it. I mean, you'll have access to them earlier, I guess, but I think that's the other concern that people might have with that Discovery skin is either down the road they're going to make it so much easier to source because people are unhappy, or they're just going to change the pack and add Lorca to it anyway. And then it's, well, now I have this thing that I bought or grinded for or, spent $500 worth of resources on to win the leaderboard just to find out that now you've given in this to everybody. I feel like they just sort of set themselves up for failure down the road with that one. And then the Fisha one really isn't anything to write home about. The Fisha gives you more points. You're happy there's a solo leaderboard you can win by grinding. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm doing right now. Grinding on some solo leaderboard stuff here. The Fisha one gives you more Fisha parts. You can upgrade your Fisha. That has some value. And then there's the top end aspect of it where you can, when you're maxed out your Fisha and no longer have a use for those parts other than to upgrade a second one, you'll have a converter, so you can convert them into 4-star or 5-star ship parts. It does go up to 5-star. If you have like a tier 12 Fisha, you will have the access in that refinery to do 5-star ship parts. So for the 50 plus players, that's certainly a big benefit, I guess. So I'm sure there'll be a few people who might end up being happy about that and how that plays out. No, don't go away. No, go back. Go back. Oof. Hey, look, it's Baku. That stupid thing almost screwed me over. Did I die? The game is very laggy today, too. Game is definitely very laggy. Yep, I died. But we won, so that's really all that matters. Yeah, I mean, obviously the ship parts will be nice eventually, but I don't know if that's a thing like I need to get right now. Because, I mean, my Fisha is only like tier 3. I didn't buy the Fisha, I didn't buy all the upgrades for it. I'm on that slow free-to-play path where it's going to take me forever and a day to get to the point where I'd even want to trade in the parts. So that skin to me doesn't really seem like it's going to do a whole lot. And eventually, I mean, you'd have to get the thing all the way up to tier 12. I mean, it is level locked, so if you ran out of, but you're going to want to save those parts. If you get it up to tier 9 or whatever you can get it to by Ops 49 or Ops 50, whatever the cap is there. And then you're like, oh, well, I'll just start using these ship parts so I can upgrade my Valdor or my Kelvin or whatever. You could, but then eventually you're going to get to the point where you're like, okay, now I can push my Fisha up, but I don't have any parts saved up, so I'm kind of stuck. I don't know. I mean, I know that's a long grind from 40 to 50. I mean, that's like 2 years for some people. 18 months to 2 years it'll probably take to move all the way up through that stuff. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to get Fisha parts along the way. Well, yeah, that was the biggest thing. Um, Having an event store was the best thing. Best decision they made was to do an event store now, because I think Duality ended in January, right? So we had one in January, and then we had Ferengi in February and March, and then we did Lower Decks in April. And if we just did a handoff event here in May, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, Deep Space Nine starts, and it's a 4 month arc because there's probably a lot of content, a lot of officers and stuff they want to put in there, right? So it's a 4 month arc we're gonna have now. You know what? Hold that thought. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Thank you for that. I realized I was running out of water. It's also getting a little dark in my office. I had to put some lights on. And before I proceed in my thoughts, if you're not already following my YouTube channel, could you just go down to the little link down there and click that and just hit the subscribe button over on YouTube? I would greatly appreciate that as well. So, where were we? Event store. Yes, we were talking about the event store. Yes. So yeah, I mean, it would have been four. I'm sure it's gonna probably be about 4 months of Deep Space Nine. So then you'd be June, July, August. We're not getting an event store until September, which means we have an event store in January and an event store in September. That's a pretty big bookend there, and they would have had a lot of ticked off players. So squeezing one in the middle here for this event was pretty big, and I got to be honest, I'm glad that they did. It was a good decision. They made a couple good decisions. They fit the event store in. The format of the event store, I love this. I love that it's sort of broken out differently. It'd be cooler if it was like on the side, like the way the refinery is now. But I'll take this. This is a good upgrade. Um, I like the sort of the content where we're working in some new stuff with the lower decks guys, but we're also revisiting some of the older stuff, which might create some opportunities through missions and things and events to pick up shards for officers that maybe you're close to, but couldn't quite unlock. You've been sitting there on like 85 data shards for a while, or you're like 5 shards away from upgrading TOS Kirk or something, and it's like, all right, well, we're going to do a week-long arc, and maybe some of these events will award a couple of shards here and there, so you'll have an opportunity. How's the IMS going? Let's see. Icarus Factor, right? That's where. No. Well, all right. No, you're talking about this one over here, the next generation one. Well, in 8 hours, we've accumulated 627 points so far. I mean, 627 people completed their first event. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know this at all, Tendi is an all or nothing in this. So this May completionist trophies, if you complete 27 of them in 20 days, which means there will be some days that there will be multiple events, you complete all 27, you get a full unlock, 120 shards of Tendi, along with an avatar. But it's an all or nothing kind of thing, so you'll have to keep track, can't miss a day. Um, Now, they had something else. If you miss a day, you can buy different recruit packs, and that will get you the additional points. So, like if you buy the Discovery S31 refit, You get 2 points, or there's apparently there's going to be multiple packs for the refit. Hmm, isn't that a little telling here? There'll be two different Fisha packs as well that they'll be selling eventually at some point in the store. So they're different point totals. But we were told, well, they were told, and they told us that you could get all 27 points you need without spending a dime if you did it right. But some of the events are going to be hard to complete if you haven't been saving and stockpiling resources. So whether they are domination style events or just spending, making certain, upgrading 5 or 10 buildings like the treasury where you got to upgrade a whole bunch of stuff, and you're like, I don't have enough to do this. I don't know how I'm going to get these extra shards. Like, you could end up getting stuck and coming up short on the 10D leaderboard. So keep an eye on that as well. What's worth it in the store? So this is probably where you came in. So there's couple things I recommend. Number one, create a spreadsheet. We love spreadsheets. Very easy to do. Assume we get 400,000 points throughout the whole arc. Some will get a little more, some will get a little less, depending on how you do on certain leaderboards and how your alliance does on certain leaderboards. And then kind of figure out what you want. The lower decks bundle, the Ferengi bundle, these are great value considering the officers in them. You're probably getting them for about half price. Ship blueprints are good if you're kind of close to or depending on where you are. Extra Cath shards are always good because she comes along so infrequently. Rom is also a good one who doesn't really have a good path to sourcing him. And then, that's kind of what I'm looking at for what's going to help my accounts the most. And then figuring out where to spend the little scraps at the end. Oh, nice. Who started the next armada? Well, there's one there, but where's the other one? Oh, everybody's already in that one. Okay. Disco BPs are always nice. Saves time on the Cosmic Cleanup store. Absolutely. That's what I was planning on with my level 20 account, is getting the discovery that way. I can use the next few months of Cosmic Cleanup to get the Franklin. And then by the time I hit 25, I'll probably about where I'll be done with the Franklin. And then I'm right in line to start getting the Vidar. If you have Stella BPs available, that's always going to be a pick until you have two. Yep, Stella, getting a second Stella is a good one. Bioman's probably a little too low for that yet, but nice thing about that IMS is that it scales depending on the server. Yes, it does. They did make sure to do that because, you can't put the same point totals on, an older, well-populated server against a newer server, or a server that's dying and is on the verge of getting merged with another server. You can't be like, everybody just has to get 10,000 points. It's like, no. My 44 here is on a more active server. I would expect these point totals to be a little higher, but now we're only at 476. So I guess people are going to be sort of dragging their feet a little bit. But it only needs 5,500 points, so maybe there aren't as many people on the server as I think. 5,500, and my level 24, my level 20 new account rather. What was the total we needed for this one? I think it was higher. Yeah, this one needs 9,200. So there must be, at least they think there's a lot more players on this account, or a lot more active players on this new server that's only been here since January. Yep. Your server only needs 2,900. I guess Olympus, I guess you're on a lower population server then. It's one that's possibly going to have to either get an influx of new players or possibly be merged somewhere down the road. So let me make sure we didn't miss anything else. So the other thing with this event store this is a level 20 account. I think Bioman, you're kind of around there. So yeah, I mean, these recruit bundles, so if you just look like the Ferengi one, you're getting 4 of each officer for 35,000. Rom and Quark are 6,000 apiece. So that's 24,000. That's 24,000. That's 48,000 right there. These guys are 2,000 apiece, so that's 8. So that's another 24,000. So that's 72,000 to buy the shards individually that you're getting for 35,000. So you are getting them at half price. I feel like that's a pretty good value right there. Even if you're not going to unlock these officers, you're really far away from them. Um, Picking them up when you can will probably pay off pretty well for you in the long run, um, especially Kath, because Kath starts at a minus 12% to kinetic damage at tier 1. And if we go look at stfc.space and we just do a quick comparison, Kath, 12%, 15, 18. So even if you unlock her at 12, maybe spend the extra 100,000 that it would take to tier her up to get her to 15% versus Talon. 15% for Talon is rank 4. So if your Talon isn't rank 4, you know, you'd have to really max her out to get her to rank 5 to even see a benefit over that low level Kath. And if this is an opportunity for people who already have some Kath shards, have her unlocked, and they can tier her up a couple of tiers. If you get her to tier 4, she's now at 21%, which is actually a percentage higher than Talon, which is then slightly magnified more by Pike Moreau combo. So you're pushing that damage a little bit further. It does take a little bit more shards, obviously, to do her. Finishing up tier 3 is going to cost you, a good chunk of shards here. So harder to do for sure, but inching her closer and closer to that point, picking up a little bit here where you can certainly help things out. Yeah, I did pretty well moving through ops 1 through 20 to get up into these 20s to where I feel like the game really starts to take shape and develop. The first 10 levels are just you're kind of learning the mechanics a little bit, and the game kind of just tells you where to go and what to do. And then 11 through 19, it's like I'm starting to get a feel for what's going on, but now I'm starting to realize like my stuff's really like weak and underpowered compared to what everybody else is doing. And then you get into the 20s, and now you're starting to see, more of the bigger picture and things unfold a little bit. So, ship blueprints discovery is definitely something to consider there. I'm thinking about this one. So from missions, you get 18 North Star blueprints, which doesn't help when they sell them in packs of 5. So basically, I've got 15 and then 3 extra. So one chest at 1,500, it's not overly expensive to get this account, to get it a North Star, get it unlocked. And I'm thinking about that. I'm going to have to look and see. I'm going to have to do some more maths, probably another spreadsheet, to figure out just exactly what it would take me to move up. Because getting the discovery at 21, I'm getting attacked, which is just what I wanted, by the way. Parked here in augment space, getting credit for stuff. Hopefully that's working. Let's find out. Getting the discovery at 21, it's a nice little ship, but like the discovery doesn't do a lot of damage, right? It doesn't. Let's go look. If we look at this, like the discovery, its shipability is mycelium mining. It's not that type of damage ship. The stats start out decently at tier 1, but then you need the stuff to upgrade it. Did I get the points for it? I did get the points for that. Perfect. I can leave them there for a little bit. So, the discovery at 21 requires some spores to upgrade it. Which maybe if you're buying the discovery, you might want to make sure you have at least 1,000 spores so you can move it from tier 1 to tier 2. Well, those packs I think are actually a little more expensive than the blueprints for the ship. But looking at just sort of the damage output, it's nothing special. So I don't know if having a North Star would hold me over better until I can get basically to 26. I think is what it was going to have to be. Get to 26 and then get a faction ship with cloaking. It'll be the Legionnaire that I'll get. Tier that up 2 or 3 tiers just for now. Be able to do the cloaking dailies to start doing all the cloaking research. And then, saving for really for more for the 28 ship. Which would probably be the Bortas on this account then. Or the Saladin, if that's most people would go for the Saladin. And just sort of use those as kind of stopgaps, and then not really waste time on the Kira, not waste time on the Vaklis or the Kumari, and just save all those resources because you don't get them back. With those common 3-star ships, when you scrap those, you get 3-star resources back, and you get like a third of what you invested in it, if that. Let's just, yeah. I mean, obviously getting the discovery to get the refinery to start getting the speed ups and the be able to compete in that event that they run every week is a pretty big deal. So that's kind of top of the list is the discovery officers and those blueprints there. And again, because cosmic cleanup is 3 times a month, and you need 10 pulls. So basically, you're into your 4th month before you can get it 4 months from now. Like, no, I should be way past this. I don't need you guys holding me back. But what was I looking at? Oh, we'll look at the Kumari. So taking the Kumari from tier 1 to tier 9, you're costing you 2,600 and 300 in terms of uncommon and rare, obviously modified eventually. And then if you come down here to scrapping it, and you scrap it at, was it 45? You get 1,000 back. So you spent 2,600, you get 1,000. You spent 300 rare, you get 38 back. Like, it's not worth the investment of the parts when you could put them into a Legionary at 26 instead. You put 5,000 in and max this ship out, so double. But when you come down here and scrap it, now you get a whole bunch of 4-star stuff, which will help you get some of those primes that you can't get otherwise. And I think that's where I'm at. Talking it out loud, convincing myself, I think is really what I'm doing. So that's what I think I'm leaning towards. I don't think the North Star helps enough. I don't think it does. I'm looking at my spreadsheet here. It's only 22,000, which is basically 11 Cath shards. So I don't know if... The reason I'm thinking about this is because I can use this ship right now. And then I don't have to keep doing this crappy little farming with the Turas and the Tala. I could actually use the North Star for some of this stuff. Kill some more things until I get to 21. And then I have these 2 ships to work with. North Star and the Discovery to go from 21 to 26. Because the Discovery is going to be limited by the spores. Unless I buy a boatload of spores. Because I will have plenty of stuff left. Other plan was buying half packs for the Vidar and Disco and CC the rest. Can you see the Vidar in yours? I don't have the Vidar in mine at 20. I just have the Baby Jelly still. These are the only 4 ships that I have in the Botany Bay, which you don't need a second one of. Not yet, yeah. So, but if you wanted to get spores as well, 200. See, this is the I'm gonna say it. This is the fucked up part. Uh, you know, you need these spore components. They're more expensive than the damn blueprints for the ship. 5,900 for 200 of them. Oh, you spent the $20 on the North Star. Yeah. You know, the blueprints for the Discovery here. You spend 3,800 to get 5 blueprints. You need to get 20 packs of these. 3,800. That's 76,000. Stream Raider scared me. To unlock the ship. And then if I want to tier it up, I need 1,000. It means I need 5 of these. I need another 6,000, 29,500 just to go from tier 1 to tier 2. Like, damn. That is not cheap, but I am going to put it on my list. Spores. 200 equals 5,900 times 1. And I would have to buy at least 5 of those packs in order to get it up to tier 2. So now you're spending 76,000 to get the ship and 30,000 to tier it up. All right, what do we got? Let's let everybody get caught up here. All right, we got 24 peeps. These guys are mostly ground-based, so let's go killing field on that one. Good luck. Let's go get them. All right. Somebody's getting 10 gold. Bioman, congrats. 10 gold. Talager had 12 kills, led the way. I had 6. Olympus had 7. Awesome. 5 assists for a couple people. Nicely done. Hey, we got some stuff to collect here too. I got some quests to turn in. All right, let's get this timer started. This one's a little harder here. So we're going to need a little bit better. Let's do the Centurion. We're going to go on this side. All right. Now, let's see what my quests were that I finished. Place 2 archers. Hey, I did that. Kill a support unit. Awesome. Earn 50 event tokens. Got me 10 more flying rogue scrolls. Okay. Now my daily is to put 2 musketeers down. Okay. I can upgrade my warrior. I can upgrade my paladin. I can upgrade my flying rogue. Awesome. And my berserker. I don't know if I've been in my store yet. Scrolls. Oh, we're out of gold. Hang on. Let's claim our free crystals. And let's cash some of these bad boys in. Okay, now we got some more gold. Oh, I can upgrade some more stuff now. Rogues going up, flag bearers going up, flying rogues going up again. None of these are going to be enough to get me all. That's closer. We'll take that one. Berserkers are good. We like them. Yeah, so ship parts. I mean, obviously there's stuff in here if you want to upgrade, get some frequency modulation. No, you don't need those. Spore drive components, you might be worth picking up at least a few for the Discovery because they are infrequent. Resources are what you spend your stuff on when you're at the end and you're like, oh, I've got, 5,000 left. Like, let me get some gas or something with it. You don't usually buy this stuff uh, during the course of it. That's what you kind of spend your money on at the end. Special currencies, independent credits are often good. Higher levels need them more because officers take a crazy amount to upgrade. Um, Axionic chips, Syndicate XP, limited to 3 though. It's a nice little chunk if it moves you up a level. This isn't a terrible thing if it gets you to a point where like it's a big upgrade. And then away team trait XP, again, you kind of get that daily. Maybe this is something at the end if you're like, I've got, 6,000 left over. It's like, I'll just pick up 2 bundles of away team XP. As for the missions, I would look all of these up first on stfc.space. Oh, hang on, let me reset this. Any. Familial ties. Let's take this one for example. So this is one of the missions you can get. Requires you killing level 25 hostiles. You get a little bit of latinum for it, no big deal. The second one, you get a peace shield, and again a little bit more latinum. The third one, a couple of speed ups and some latinum. The fourth one, a couple more speed ups and some latinum and recruit tokens. And then the fifth one I think has like 1 cath shard. Yeah, 1 cath shard, some par steel, and some latinum. So you're like, I would take this mission just so I could do it, but all I'm really getting I'm getting a little bit of latinum out of it, maybe 5,000 or so total. 600, 1,900, 3,000, 4,000, 4,900 latinum, which is pretty good for a low level, and a 1 cath shard is really what you're getting out of it. But looking at what you have to do here, donate 250,000 titanium. Okay, probably have that. A couple of kills. Got to be able to kill things that are at least 100,000 in strength. If you can't do that, I don't know what the mission. And again, looking back at some of these other ones, kill 100,000s, kill 100,000s, mine 10,000 dilithium. How long is that going to take to complete with an envoy and a level 2 Domitia as your captain? It's probably going to take a while. Lower level ones aren't as bad. So yeah, this is just an example, of course. There's a lot of various missions and stuff in here to take a look at. But I would take a look at first at what the path is on each mission and sort of what the reward is before you spend 15,000 points. 15,000 points to unlock that mission. Where's familial ties? One I was just looking at. Probably the same, right? 15,000. So for 15,000, I get 5,000 latinum and 1 cath shard. But I could just buy a cath shard for 2,000. So, and again, you got to be able to make sure you can kill the things in the mission. Otherwise, it's kind of a big waste of time. Yeah, and I'm sure some of them obviously are higher. That's the thing too with the lower level ones. Like the Cerritos missions last month, a lot of them were 34, 35 and up, and they required you to kill some big stuff. So, you took them and you just sort of archived them, and you'll work on them later. And I would feel like getting the missions now, there's probably a lot better things that you could buy that would actually help you right now. Spend the stuff to upgrade the ship or to get the ship and then upgrade it so then you're able to actually beat those things. Hey, away teams. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to look at here. Let's do this. Because I forgot. Where's my station research? I get my scrapyard now, don't I? Unlock scrapyard. Bam. 2 days. Let's get this one cooking. We were talking about earlier scrapping those low-level ships, and I was like, wait a minute. I didn't start my scrapyard yet. See, that's why I'm glad you guys are here. Get this little exchange talking about things about the game. Helps me remember things I'm supposed to be doing. And hopefully it helps you guys too. That's all we can hope for. And in the meantime, we'll keep taking our away team stuff. Do I have anybody with those traits? Scientist, I spent a little on Vela. Physicist is basically just Carol, and scientist is going to be her eventually. Yeah, we'll just be happy with our 67. It's not really worth investing trait XP into uncommon officers. Because at some point you're just going to stop using them. Maybe like the first one just to unlock it, just to give yourself that little snowball's chance of maybe you'll get lucky and the RNG gods will smile upon you and you'll hit that 5% crit rate for, or that 10% crit for whatever the bonus is. So, but there's all kinds of fun stuff going on in the event store. A lot of stuff. It's kind of a jam-packed month. Did they put the calendar out? Yeah, I think they did. We're going to have multiple spend events, I'm sure. Here we go. There's the Battle Pass, the Elite Track if you buy it. This is the one where you basically have to do everything to fully unlock her. Compete against other alliances to gain the most Syndicate XP with a bonus for researching the new Prime. Alliance Leaderboard event. I'm sure some people... So this comes out on May 9th, which means I'm sure that they won't sell the Prime before then. They'll wait, until next week. Put the Prime in the store for that to coincide with the event. First week here is next generation stuff. So we got Kill Eclipses today. Tomorrow's going to be research and using Galaxy consumables. Okay. So that's got to be exocomps or other related things. Shoot down swarms. And then day 4 is going to be upgrade your station or use more exocomps. Tomorrow we'll get our ticketed event, the Officer Exchange Program. It's where you have to mix and match the captains on different ships, but that's only for 26 plus. Otherwise, you're going to have to use cadets. Use cadet crew or next gen crew as captain while dealing damage to hostiles, which you're going to do anyway because these are the only officers you really have that are worth using. Then we get a guessing game later in the week. Tng Crew Recruit. Gain officer shards of TNG crew members by spending uncommon G3 or higher materials. Okay, so if you're stockpiling some G3 stuff, you'll have opportunities to spend some of it here, whether it's on ships or research or buildings. Then we move into an away team event and then an armada hunt. And that's going to wrap up next generation week. complete assignments possibly to get TOS officers, maybe. Okay. Yeah, this would be an opportunity here to spend some G3. If you have enough accumulated to pick up a prime or two, this would be the day to do it. Which I think may coincide. Today's the 3rd. This will start on the 4th. This will start on the 5th. This will start, so no research. Research is tomorrow. Station is the one that's 2 days away. No, that's probably not going to line up right for the lower level players. For the people in the 30s, it will, because their buildings require G3 to upgrade. And then next week we've got Discovery, kind of just doing the same thing a little bit all over again. Continue your alliance's journey over the season by battling other commanders during active takeovers. So this is going to be Hunter Killer. This is the one basically where you get points just for killing anybody during a takeover, whether or not you've even joined it or not. So of course we'll see the high level players just crash every territory fight to try and get the kills. That was annoying last month because you just had the 58s who just rolled into every territory and were like, we're just here to kill people and get kills. You know, you guys could at least wait like 10 minutes to see what the score looks like, but I think they were afraid everybody would just run. Hunter Killer a milestone this time. Solo milestone. Yeah, no leaderboard this time. So it's just get some kills and then be done with it. So I guess they don't want people screwing around with too many events. It's a good call out though. Good point. I didn't notice. I saw solo, but it's not a leaderboard this time. It's just a milestone. And it's a 6-day or 5-day event too. It's going to be one interesting milestone. I'm sure I can think of a few people who probably will have it done by the first day. Although May 10th is a Tuesday. So there's no TCs on Tuesdays. So we're starting it on a Tuesday. Just like we always do turf wars. We started on a Tuesday when there are no turf war battles. Oh, Lord. Oh. It's right there in front of you. It's a goddamn calendar. It doesn't change. It does not change. Yeah, I saw the event arc calendar when the game loads up and things. I kind of was like reading through it this way, but I appreciate that. Section 31 recruitment. So now this is where you're going to get the new Discovery refit. So that's also going to come to the store right around here. Spending Discovery recruit tokens. So if you've got them, save them. If you get them from Anomalous this Sunday, save them. Because you're going to need them here for this event. And then we got the Discovery PvP fights. Players level 22 to 25 who don't have a Discovery yet will instead get this event. Support those sending helps. Okay, so frontline support is basically just giving out helps for 2 days while everybody else is doing PvP with their Discoveries. And then we get an anomalous material event in here too. Mine mycelium, mine isogen. It's really just, it's docking it again, so there'll be some PvP action to steal it for sure. Okay. Yeah, somebody got me. Who killed me? I was AFK for too long. Captain Noob. What a dick. Yep, that's kind of where we're at, huh? Alright. Yeah, that's right. Start running. It's my own fault. I was AFK reading for too long. else we got here? Okay, okay. So we were still looking at discovery stuff. Recruitment, lower decks, defeating hostiles. If you have the guys below decks, you get bonus points. Alliance milestone, solo milestone. This one, stealing Isogen and Mycelium, is a leaderboard event. Okay. And then you got a cross-server leaderboard. Spending Ultra Recruit tokens to earn discovery officers for the benefits for solo milestone and a cross-server leaderboard. So save your Ultra Recruit tokens for 2 weeks until this event. Good to know. Then we move into the original series, which means we're back killing worms and stuff again, right? Yep, kill worms, do worm armadas, decipher some clues, mining all the junk nobody wants to mine. Mine data, mine mycelium, mine isogen. Use a ROM or till you get double points. Use FES and get triple points. FES who subtracts from your cargo, your protected cargo, huh? Another Ultra Recruit spend event. Yep, another Ultra Recruit spend event. So you got 2 weeks to save up. Don't use any of your Ultra Recruit tokens for between now and then. Obviously complete the events where they're giving them out, whether, the different ship XP1 like we got going on right now. Stockpile those a little bit. What else we got here? Gain TOS officers by spending uncommon G3 or higher. So that's, again, another G3 spend on the 20th. Kill faction hostiles, it looks like. Using Khan or Harrison to beat Federation hostiles, and then use Kirk to kill Romulans or Klingons. Lower level players can defeat non-faction hostiles instead. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Then we get 1 Parabellum. Ugh, only 1. That's it. 3 Cosmic Cleanups. We get a variety of ticketed events, which they didn't really go into detail about here. Tickets are in the Battle Pass. There's 70 in the top half. There's a couple extras in the bottom half I noticed as well. And then you get a Jelly Pursuit. You get 1 Jelly Brawl. Defeat other players in a specific system. Bonuses for using higher level ships. So here's a 51 plus. Let the whales fight it out for some bonuses. But one Parabellum, 1 Jelly Brawl for the month of May. Okay. Also, there's nothing on the calendar, on that calendar events, about the lockbox. I can almost guarantee you that whenever we get the event that triggers the lockbox and shows you the results and stuff in there, we will probably also get that upgrade the treasury event. So if you have these optical diodes to upgrade your treasury, I'd recommend saving them, because you're probably going to need to do, again, to get ROM and Cath shards, 2 or 3 treasury upgrades. So I would recommend saving these probably to the middle of the month. Let's see what we got. Any new away team missions? Nope, that one sucks. Yeah, we're not handing those in because I don't want to lose the rep. So, reading through the calendar, we learned you're going to need G3 materials for the couple of spend events. You're going to need Ultra Recruit tokens. You're going to need Discovery Recruit tokens. You're going to need treasury diodes. You're going to need exocomps. Going to need a lot of stuff. Going to need to do a lot of mining. And I'm sure every time they run one of these specialty events, they'll have plenty for sale in the store, of course. Plenty for sale. But if you want to save your pennies, that would be the way to go about doing it. So, 7 minutes on our Stream Raiders fight. How's our battle looking? How is our fight looking? Let's go check in. Oh, I got something else to collect. A gold badge. Ooh. I don't know what the badges are for, but I got one. Woo. How's our battlefield looking? Okay, we got some soldiers out there. Norwich putting a couple troops on the field. Thank you very much for that if you're in the chat now. You might just be lurking on Stream Raiders. I know Highlanders is still on. He's been on all day. He was kind of waiting to see who else was going to log in, and then he was going to sign off for the night. But I guess he decided to keep playing because he's still on. And looks like Rooster just got started himself a few minutes ago. They're just decorative. Yeah, well, okay. I've got more stuff that's decorative. What do we think? 19 units. We've got some bigger stuff here. 15s, 16s, 21s. Yeah, let's go ahead and start it. Let's do it. I'm feeling brave. I want to get one more in. So I want to get this one going. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Uh-oh. Alright, sorry guys, that one did not go as I anticipated. So we're going to start that over, and I apologize. It looked easier. Now I'm going to use that guy. I apologize for that one. I really thought these guys looked pretty, I mean, these guys all look pretty weak. I thought we would have kind of cut right through them, but about that, I was mistaken. Where are we at? Who's where? Oh, hey, there's an epic. Let's go join the epic. And there's a rare down there. Okay. You're watching all three, but you've got the sound on for me because I'm the most informative. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have lots of information about this game, and I try to put it out there in at least a somewhat entertaining fashion. Well, at least call me amusing. I'm at least amusing. Occasionally I've got some good anecdotes. But that is awesome that you're supporting all three channels. You know, everybody's... we're all very excited about the game. We all enjoy playing it. We all feel like we've got something to share in the space. And not just... and I feel like... I kind of feel sometimes like, myself, Highlanders, and Rooster, we're kind of all like the younger brothers who are like, I want to play too. Can I come to the game? And the older kids are just like, no, you're just going to ruin it. They don't say that. They're like, all right, fine, come on, you can come too. And they're like, you can be the steady center, and you just snap the ball to us. Um, they're supportive. They want to encourage it. They want people to build the community, and they want more of it. But there is sort of a little bit of a barrier to entry there, and it's getting people to pay attention to you instead of them. Rev was on this morning talking about the Arc, and he had 300, 350 plus people because he's got all the access and he's got all the behind the scenes information. So people know he's a trusted source, and they go to him. Um, I watched this show today. That's how I learned half the things I was able to talk about today. I listened to DJ's podcast this morning while I was at work, while he was in the car driving. So that's how I gather a lot of the information that I'm able to put out there, is by listening to the guys who have the access. So if I can recycle and regurgitate it and present it in a pleasing manner with this wonderful face, then that's what I'm going to do. And I will probably do an event store specialty video over the weekend. I want to see if they add anything else first before I do it. I know there were a number of things people asked for that they wanted added, usually ship skins and things. See if they snuck them in anywhere. These are just cloaking refits and things and Tetrions. People were trying to see if they could get like Stella skins or the Franklin A or any of that stuff they were asking for. And they also wanted to see if we could get some like G4 ship blueprints and stuff added to the store as well. Rev was going to be working on that with the dev team, or at least reaching out to Eco and saying like, hey, people are asking about this kind of stuff. Is it something that we can add to the store? So before I put out a video and says, here's what you should spend your stuff on, and then they add 5 things, it's like, well, that would just, I got to redo the whole damn thing. So I'll probably put it out over the weekend. The other thing to keep in mind too, and they did this last time we had an event, during the Ferengi arc, I think it was, where they had an actual event in the middle of the month that required you to spend some of like your Dabo tokens in order to score in it. So don't spend your your store credit, your 3D chessboard pieces right away would be my recommendation also, before they slip out a hidden event that isn't exactly on the calendar. And you're like, oh, I don't have any pieces left. I can't compete in this event. Well, you can buy more in the store. So, just something to keep an eye on. Separatist D3 looks good. Yes, it does look good, and it's a ship that does not come up very often. But there was some debate and discussion as to whether or not said ship is able to cloak and said ship is able to be scrapped and those kinds of fun things. If it wasn't any way useful, I'd get it in a heartbeat. Yep. Thing to do is save them until the end of the store and then buy, right? Usually that's what you kind of try to do, is just sort of save your stuff through the month, because that's the other thing too. You don't know 100% how many tokens we're going to get. So you don't know exactly, ooh, hey, epics, exactly what you have to work with. It's been around 400,000 the last couple times we've had an event store. And again, if you placed high, if you're in an alliance that placed high in the alliance leaderboards, you get extra. If you placed high on some solo leaderboards, you get extra. It gets you to 450, maybe even to 500. And that could obviously influence how you prioritize things and what you go after. If you're sitting here thinking, well, I'll get these two, I'll get the Discovery blueprints and I'll get these officer bundles, and then I'm not really going to have much left, so I'll just spend it on this other thing. And then you're like, well, I placed really high in a few events, so now instead of having 30,000 left, I have like 85,000 left. Now maybe you can go after another big ticket item instead of going after something smaller. So it's kind of like you ever go to those arcades and they give you the tickets for you play skee ball and stuff like that. Like you don't play skee ball and then go over and cash in your tickets and get the little spider ring, and then go play the basketball game or any of the other games and then go get your tickets and cash those in too. You wait till you have a whole big heaping pile of them and you're like, what can I get with this? I'll take that stuff up there on the top wall. That is also a good point to mention, Olympus. If you upgrade your ops level during the battle pass, you may get some new items in the event store because some of these items are level specific. That is a very excellent point. A number of these items are obviously ops level specific. Your rewards within the battle pass will not change during the month. It's locked in, but the stuff in the event store will change and will scale as your ops level changes. So if any time over the next 3 weeks you move up to ops 21 or 22, in my case, in your case, this is whatever levels you might move to, it very well could change. If you're at 34 and you move to 35, now maybe you'll see the Cerritos or some of the Urbanite things, bundles, might be available to you, or 36 or whatever it might be. So, excellent point. Thank you for pointing that out. Crass. How long you got left on your mission? 3 days. That's a long time. Yeah, but those are epics. We need those. We'll use 5 of those, 2 of those, and 4 of those. Oh, we got a critical for Pike Shard. But hey, 600 Ultra Recruit tokens. Woo! Those just might be the difference. Okay, so here's Crass. Ooh, I can actually upgrade Crass, right? Was I waiting on something to promote him? I think I was. Perceptive is those two. Destroy, really. And attack. Okay. Who's got high attack that I can spare? We don't use him. Alright, so we got a 50-50 shot at this one for 300 epics. We will take it. Yeah, definitely a good point there. You're in the lead on all the boards. Awesome. Keep up the good work. You've got 18 hours to go. 18 hours to go. Oh, that's the other thing too. If nobody obviously told you, don't open your 30-day loyalty chests until you have Devore parts in here, which I think you get at 22. 22 or 24, whenever. I would assume it's 22 because you can build the Devore at 23. So don't open your 28-day chests until this changes and you at least have Devore blueprints in there. Trying to break the competition spirit. There you go. Just keep running up that score, right? Leave no doubt. Alright, so we got up to 9th with that run. Awesome. This guy's at 2,800. This guy went to bed at 2,200. Well, we're going to guess that's Russian, so maybe he's grinding all... He probably... This sounds mean, but he's Russian. He must be using a bot. No, could just be he's just up playing. Maybe he went to sleep and gave it to his kid and said, here, play. Daddy's going to work. So we're just trying to stay in the top 10 here. We're a little. We'll take the 6 through 10 for this leaderboard. Nothing to do with these. This one I think I did as best as I could. I don't have the ship XP to finish this up. What's that worth though? 85 Ultra Recruits and 120 Latinum. But I need 4,800 ship XP that I don't have. And it's more than just one purchase, so it's going to kill me for the conversion rates. Double before going to bed should be enough, hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, the people in the APAC regions, or Western, well, I guess it's Eastern Europe, Far East Europe, should be getting up to start their day. They're 10 to 12 hours ahead. I did my refines. Did I have anything left in here? I feel like I... No, I did all these. My augment timers are all screwed up because I tiered up changed levels, so it changed all the things in my store. So everything just feels out of sync to me. I don't have enough data for tomorrow, but that'll be tomorrow's problem. Ooh, Akira. Hey, hey, look at that. I'm just going to collect all the parts. I don't even have to do the stupid research. I think you still need the research to build it. Worst thing about the EU servers at the moment is that there are both Russian and Ukraine people on here, and general chat, or Galaxy chat, can get a little loud. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Although, what was I just read the other? Oh, Wimbledon banned the the Russian players from competing, and the Belarus players from participating in the event because Belarus supported Russia when they invaded Ukraine. So now they're all banned from the tournament. It's like these people weren't like they weren't the soldiers out there with the guns. They were playing in a tennis match in Spain while their country was invading somebody else. I get they're trying to make a point, but I think they're going about it the wrong way. I get it for the Olympics, right? That's country versus country, and you're trying to do things. Not everybody's walking in with their flags and the big parade and whatnot, but I better stop. I might say something bad about the Queen. I don't know who's listening. Somebody might get offended, even though I know she had nothing to do with it. But oh, we're getting closer. Getting closer. A couple more days, we'll be able to push that up, and then I can start getting the 4-star exocomps. Alright, let's go back to picking off some more. We slipped. We're down to 6th again. This is going to get... Now Seeker's up in there too. This is going to get a little rough. We might just have to be happy with 6th through 10th on this leaderboard. Even then, it's only a 400 million difference between 6th and 11th, which is really just like one hull health when you can talk about getting 10 to 11 million per kill in the 40s on the 40 plus system. Alright, how's our Stream Raiders fight doing this time? I'm not going to start it early. but it will be our last Stream Raiders fight of the night. 13 minutes. We've got some good units out there already. Still plenty of time to go. Ooh, that's weird. We went full screen. It's kind of easy to see though. Move around, do stuff. I might just have to play Stream Raiders one day and just do that. I feel like I would need to do something else then with my hands, or I'd be sitting here playing with toys or cards or something like that. It's an awfully long time to kill. 30 minutes between. All right, what do you guys want to do while you put your troops out there? It's not. Oh, that's an interesting epic monk you've got there. Let's see what his abilities are. Well, the monk, he's got hit points and he shoots targets on the ground and the air while supporting people. Like, I don't know how you could talk about Stream Raiders for 30 minutes and just do that. I think you'd have to be doing something else in between. Start knitting. There you go. Start knitting. I'm going to do an audio book on tape. I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to read a story out loud to you guys. Somebody once told me I sound like a white Morgan Freeman, so maybe that's my calling, right? I got to read some books, be a narrator. People are a lot of just chatting type streamers. Yeah, of course. In that case, then it really all depends on your audience and what they're giving you to work with. It's like those comedians who interact with the audience all the time. You're like, oh, sir, what do you do? And like, if they don't give you anything to work with, it's like, all right, well, this show's gonna suck now because I don't have anything to build off or to rant off. It's like you have a little bit of canned material just in case it's kind of dull. Maybe trying to spark something to get a conversation going. But if you know, you've got a crowd of people who just aren't giving you anything interesting to work with, it's kind of hard for you to really get your material going. So some people can do it. I mean, you know, plenty of people have done it over the years. Don Rickles did it for 40 years, so 90% of a lot of streams are just responding to the chat. Yeah. People ask questions, they want to get to know stuff, right? I guess. Especially if you're wearing like a bikini and sitting in a hot tub. I guess people have all kinds of questions for you then. But I feel like we got to do some, you know, we like the game. We're here to talk about the game. But we like the people involved too, right? So I guess we're here to get to know them a little better. So I can see that there's a little give and take there for sure. What do we got? Oh, Skinny just started one. He just started that one up. Okay. Uh-oh. When you see BJ's Corvus go screaming across the system, it's kind of always like, who's here doing what? Yep. Some people just always got to try and instigate shit. Read out my special STFC fan fiction. There you go. And Captain Kirk said to Uhura, are your hailing frequencies open? Ah. By the way, where the hell is that Corvus? Oh, AN's got the Coronar there, 22 million. Did he go up to 54? He's been 54 for a little bit. There's AN's Corvus at 69 million. Okay. No, he's got a regular crew on it. The damn thing is just that fast. What's the impulse? Does it show you what the impulse speed is on this? Impulse speed 140. Alright, that thing moves. I mean, I'm 159, but I've got an actual speed crew on my ship. Where did BJ's Corvus go? Oh, he's gonna go kill somebody in a second. Okay, so he's got a pan crew on it. His is 210. Jesus. Yep. You want to take some cheap shots and pick off some Stellas, you go right on ahead there, Buster. It's not going to work out for you the way you think it is. Yep. Lots of, yeah. Bit tame. Kirk said to check off and Sulu. There you go. Actually, I think in that fan fiction, Sulu's got the whips and the chains, and he's got Kirk strapped down to the bed, and he's just like, "Oh my, Captain." Um, Plus, given their personal history, I think that role reversal would be good for them. If you're unsure exactly what their issues are, just watch the movie Galaxy Quest. That pretty much sums up how everybody's feelings were of Captain Kirk. They all thought he was sort of he he's the Tim Allen character is very well, very accurately based on William Shatner. Sulu is a sword fighter. Yes, he is. He does know how to fence, doesn't he? Oh, two people double set. That sucks. On the plus side, if we fail, hey, we're well covered. All right, now we're getting a little crazy over here. Let's go to this side. So 5 minutes to go on our Stream Raiders fight. So anywho, to recap, I will obviously have a video up later in the week going through the event store. I just want to make sure it's all finalized first. So yes, my recommendation would be to save your stuff unless it's something you absolutely are guaranteed, like you know you really would want or need it. Like if you're 5 shards away from unlocking Kath and you're like, well, I just want her now so I can go do my hostiles with her, then by all means, you know, but just make sure you account for it. Put it on your spreadsheet. Put it on your expense report or your TPS reports. There you go. That movie's 20 years old. Oh my god. If all I needed is the acting chops of Shatner to get Bezos to take me to space, I'm all in. Yeah, but the problem is you could just as easily end up, you know, you had to be, you had to, he wasn't, because he could act well enough for that. Oh, you're gonna come try and kill me now? Oh, too slow, too slow. You missed. Now you die. Bye-bye. Too slow. So sad. This guy thinks he's being clever leaving a floating miner sitting there, that nobody will hit it. Because it would be against ROE to hit a floating miner. So he's just leaving it there to entice people to try and get them to hit it, so then he can be like, you hit me and you're not supposed to. It's like, quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. So you just be like, you know what? I'm just killing them all. I don't even care anymore. You're going to get the disco when you can build it. Like that's something that makes sense. If you're 21 and you're like, I know I'm going to need the discovery and I don't have any blueprints for it, yes, I'm just going to buy the discovery. I'd probably do the same thing too. So that's a good one. Ooh, that's an epic. Somebody else just set one though. How long? Start moving. That's the rare. Alright, I'm going to set this epic. Ah, damn it. I was trying to wait so there was at least like a minute gap to give people time to get over here, but another alliance got to it first. Yeah, yeah. Warships can be hit all the time. They're fair game. Miners can only be hit when they're OPC or on zero nodes. Unless they're being used, like unless you're using like your North Star to attack stuff, in which case then it's not considered. Obviously you can defend yourself and kill it. If somebody's out farming with their North Star and killing hostiles, you can come by and kill them because they're not using it to mine, and they're not just leaving it floating. But yeah, it's a slightly more complicated ROE on our server. It's not quite like a 3-page PDF, but it's kind of long. All right, what do we got? All right, coming into the home stretch here on our Stream Raiders fight. But there's way too much craziness going on here for me to just... All right, you're almost dead anyway. So let's get this last kill in. This guy will die. We'll do our Stream Raiders. A lot of people still claim they were mining. Of course, because you can't exactly prove that they were on a mining node or not unless you took a screenshot of them while they were floating in space before you hit them. Alright, so let's get this wrapped up. And then that guy should be it. Well, maybe we'll get one more. And then we'll do our Stream Raiders fight. Thank you, Stream Captain Bot. And we're dead. Okay. Cool. Let's do our Stream Raiders fight. And then we'll go see who we can raid. No, I want to pick a spell. Let's do haste. Go get him. See, that's what I thought would happen last time. I don't know what happened last time that somehow we lost, but yeah, so somebody's going to get a barbarian scroll. Okay. Olympus, congratulations on your Barbarian scroll. Alright. That'll wrap up our stream raiders for the evening. And that's going to wrap up our stream as well. We'll go give Rooster a little love. Send him a quick little brief little raid. We appreciate you guys watching, hanging out, enjoying some Star Trek with me for the last 2 hours. If you want more Star Trek content, Le Rooster has plenty of it, I'm sure, to share, as well as Stream Raiders, because he's big on that as well. I'll be on tomorrow morning, AM my time, doing my APAC Euro-friendly stream. And then I'll be back Thursday night. And somewhere in between there, I will get the other part 2 of my tutorial, 16 to 20 ops, uploaded, as well as get an event store video posted this weekend as well. But until then, see you around the galaxy.
$21.87 raiding us with a party of 6. King of the road. Hey, Tiberius, how you doing? Thank you so much for the raid. I didn't realize you were on. Thank you. Hey, OSRS Olympus. Welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome, Tiberius. Get a shout out for Tiberius out there. Welcome in, everyone. Shout out. Make sure you follow Tiberius. Also doing Star Trek Fleet Command. Thank you.